So here's the backstory here. I want you to put yourself in the shoes of somebody in 1984 or even 1986, which was when the Macintosh Plus came out. If you've used a computer at all, it was an IBM PC, or an Apple II, or a Commodore, or a ZX Spectrum, or something. The only way you've interacted with it is through a keyboard. You didn't have a mouse. You've never seen a mouse. By 1986, maybe you'd seen one, but you weren't familiar with it. You didn't know how to use it. It was a brand new thing to you. And not just the mouse, but the graphical user interface as a whole. Apple had to assume you didn't know any of it. Maybe you know how to use a keyboard and floppy disks, but other than that, the most sophisticated technology you've used is like an audio cassette player. And so Apple not only created an interactive tutorial program for the Macintosh to teach people how to use the machine, it also came with an audio cassette tape that walked you through the process, literally step by step. And you're going to hear what that sounds like, because I digitized my copy of the audio tape years ago. The floppy disk is actually downloaded from the internet. So, I have my tape player set up here with the tape loaded into it. And we're going to get started.
This is the guided tour of Macintosh Plus. If you've set up your Macintosh Plus as shown in the unpacking guide, you're ready for a unique tour. In preparation for this tour, make sure your Macintosh Plus is turned off. Put the disk titled A Guided Tour of Macintosh Plus into the internal disk drive. Put it in with the metal end first and the label up. Push it all the way in. The disk will snap into place. When you're ready to start the tour, use the power switch on the back to turn on your Macintosh Plus. The tour will introduce you to the mouse with a few short exercises to help you master some basic skills. Stop the tape recorder now and start it again when you've finished the mouse exercises.
And that's literally how this goes. You are interacting with a tape player as you also interact with the machine. Mousing around. The pointer small arrow on your screen is controlled by the mouse attached to your Macintosh. As you move the mouse on a flat surface, the pointer on the screen moves with it. You can lift the mouse and reposition it when you need more room in which to move it around. The pointer on the screen only moves when the mouse is rolling on a flat surface. Try moving the mouse yourself. The pointer can move all over the screen. It will never disappear. Run the pointer over each number to connect the dots. I'm not interacting with the button at all. I'm literally only moving the mouse. To play a note on the piano, move the pointer over a key and press and release the mouse button. This is clicking. When you are ready to go on, click on the word continue below. See what the magician has in his hats by pointing to one and holding down the mouse button. Then try moving the pointer over successive hats without releasing the button. To move an object around on the screen, point to it, press the mouse button, and while keeping it pressed, move the pointer. This is dragging. Try moving the picture of the mouse around. Practice by dragging the mouse through the maze to the cheese. If you wish to play again, click on Play Again below, otherwise click on Continue. Some objects can be opened by clicking twice quickly while pointing at them. open the present by pointing to it and double-clicking. To repack the present so you can open it up again, click on Wrap Up. Otherwise, you may proceed with the tour by clicking on Continue. When you are ready to go on, click on Continue below. If you'd like to go mousing around again, click on Start Over. Otherwise, click on Continue and start playing the cassette tape from where you stopped it. We finished the mousing exercises, so now we can go back to the tape player. See what more it has to say.
Welcome back to your tour of Macintosh Plus. When you completed the mouse exercises, by clicking on the last Continue button, the guided tour screen appeared. By using the mouse to put the pointer on the box that says Mousing Around and clicking the mouse button once, you can go through the mouse exercises as many times as you wish. If you'd like to go through Mousing Around again, stop the tape recorder and start it again when you're finished. Now, you're ready to start the guided tour. Each title you see is a short session playing back a series of pre-recorded actions on your Macintosh Plus. This tape describes the actions you'll see. During these sessions, you won't be able to use the mouse or the keyboard, but you will have a chance to practice after each session or continue on to the next session. You can also repeat a session if you like. Pointing and clicking on I'm ready to stop will eject the guided tour disc. You'll do this at the end of the tour or when you want to take a long break. To start the first session, move the pointer inside the box that says Discover Your Desktop, but don't click the mouse button yet. In a moment, you'll hear a series of 3 tones. By clicking the mouse button once when you hear the 3rd tone, you'll synchronize the actions on your Macintosh Plus with the words on this tape. If you make a mistake synchronizing the two, don't worry. Press and hold the mouse button until the guided tour screen reappears on your Macintosh Plus. Then, rewind the tape to the 3 tones and get set to synchronize again. Ready to start on your tour? Make sure the pointer is inside the box titled Discover Your Desktop. Without moving the mouse, click the mouse button once as you hear the 3rd tone. Listen for the 3 tones now.
Welcome to the world of Macintosh Plus. The pointer, usually shaped like an arrow, becomes a wristwatch while your Macintosh Plus starts your guided tour program. Notice that the pointer is back to the shape of an arrow, ready to follow the mouse movement. As a Macintosh Plus user, you now have a new kind of workspace, your electronic desktop. The gray area you see on your screen is your new desktop. It has useful and familiar objects. These objects have names, but more importantly, they have pictures. The pictures are called icons. The Macintosh Plus desktop is always arranged by icon. This is the icon for the disk you put in your Macintosh Plus disk drive. Icons usually look like what they represent and have titles that describe their contents. This icon represents a trash can where you can throw things away. Notice that when you move the pointer onto trash and click the mouse button, it turns black. This highlighting shows that you've selected the trash icon. Selecting an icon means that your next action will apply to that icon. You select the object or information you want to work on next. You can deselect everything by clicking anywhere outside the icons. Now, nothing on the desktop is selected. You probably have your own idea of how your desktop should look. You can use the mouse to move icons around on the desktop. Put the pointer on the trash icon. Now, press and hold the mouse button while you move the mouse. As the mouse moves, the outline moves with it. Let go of the mouse button when the outline is wherever you want to put the icon. Use this technique, called dragging, for organizing your desktop. To change the selection, move the pointer and click on the next icon you want to select. Notice the trash icon turns white again, which means it's no longer selected. The disk icon is now highlighted, showing it's selected. You can move the disk icon the same way you move the trash icon. Oh, and one more thing about your desktop. This line of words at the top of the screen is the menu bar. Each menu title stands for a group of operations, called commands, which your Macintosh Plus can perform for you. You'll have a chance to learn more about menus and their commands in the next session. For now, use the Special menu to get back to the guided tour screen. Point to its title. Press and hold the mouse button. Each command is highlighted as you point to it. Let go of the mouse when the Quit command is highlighted to return to the guided tour screen. Ordinarily, you'll see a shutdown command in the Special menu to eject any inserted disks and restart your Macintosh Plus. On this tour disk, however, you'll use Quit to return to the guided tour screen. The second guided tour session begins in a few moments, but if you want to stop and practice what you've just seen, point to the box that says, "Let me use Macintosh Plus." After you stop the tape recorder, click the mouse button once with the pointer on "Let me use Macintosh Plus." This will take you to the electronic desktop, where you can practice what you've learned. And when you're ready to get back to the guided tour screen, choose Quit from the Special menu. Or perhaps you'd like to repeat the session you've just seen. Rewind the tape to where the 3 tones are for that session and start over. Stop the tape recorder now and start it again when you're ready for more of your guided tour.
Click on this, hold down the mouse button and drag it. Same with the guided tour. Can we do that with anything in here? Hey, yes we can. We haven't been taught about scroll bars or anything else yet, so I'm just going to go back to Quit.
Ready for the next session of the guided tour of Macintosh Plus? If you haven't quit the electronic desktop, do it now by choosing Quit from the Special menu. On the guided tour screen, move the pointer to the box titled "What's on the menu?" Listen for the 3 tones and click the mouse button once as you hear the 3rd tone. Be sure the pointer is inside "What's on the menu?"
For almost everything you do with your Macintosh Plus, you'll go through 2 steps. First, select what you want to work on. Then, tell Macintosh Plus what you want to do with your selection. You usually do this by using the menus at the top of the screen. To look at one of the menus, point to its title. Press the mouse button and hold it. The File menu title is highlighted and a list appears, almost as if you had pulled down a window shade. In fact, that's why they're called pull-down menus. They stay hidden until you need them, and they disappear when you're finished using them. The list of menu entries, called commands, represent operations that your Macintosh Plus can perform on what you've selected, in this case, the guided tour disk. The complete File menu appears, but only some of the commands are available depending on what's selected. Available menu choices appear in black. Open, for instance. Notice how the available commands are highlighted as you point to them. Commands that you can't use right now, like close, are dimmed. To choose a command, use the same dragging technique that you use to move icons. Press and hold the mouse button as you drag the pointer to the command you need. By letting go of the mouse button when a command is highlighted, you choose that command to act on your selection. Oh, incidentally, notice that some menu commands are followed by the command key symbol plus a single letter. These are keyboard shortcuts for choosing commands from a menu. If you decide not to use any of the commands, drag the pointer off the menu and release the mouse button. By way of example, let's say you want to open the guided tour disk. Start by clicking the disk icon. You know it's selected because it's highlighted. Now, go to the File menu. Press and hold the mouse button to pull down the File menu. Drag to Open. Release the mouse button when Open is highlighted, and up pops a window showing the contents of the disk. In the disk window that opens, you see icons for folders, documents, and application programs. Windows are an important part of your Macintosh Plus and are used in many ways, but we'll take a closer look at Windows and their contents in the next session. For now, note that the disk icon is hollow because the disk window is open. The View menu has commands that let you look at the disk window in a variety of ways. You can view the contents of the disk by icon, by small icon, or alphabetically by name. You can even view them by date, size, or kind. Explore these choices on your own for more details about the objects on a disk. You can close the guided tour disk window as easily as you open it. Go to the File menu. Press and hold the mouse button. This time, the Close command is no longer dimmed because there is a window to close on the desktop. Drag until Close is highlighted. Release the mouse button, and the window zooms back to the disk icon. In this session, you've seen menus and some of their useful functions. Now to get back to the guided tour screen, choose Quit from the Special menu. If you wish to practice what you've just seen, stop the tape recorder, point to Let me use Macintosh Plus, and click. While you're experimenting on this guided tour disc, if you create something new and leave it on the desktop, your Macintosh Plus will throw it away. When you're finished practicing, choose Quit from the Special menu to get back to the guided tour screen.
Oh, menu commands.
You're already familiar with the basics of working on your Macintosh Plus desktop. Most information on the desktop appears in some manner or another within a window. To prepare for the next session, put the pointer inside the box labeled Looking at Windows. When you hear the third tone, click the mouse button once. Listen for the 3 tones now and click once. You already know how to open the disk icon by choosing Open from the File menu, but here's a shortcut. If you click twice in rapid succession on an object, you'll open it. This shortcut is known as double-clicking. You now see the guided tour disk window. The window frame plays a very important role on your Macintosh Plus. The area with the black lines is the Windows title bar. Press and hold the mouse button on the title bar while you drag to move the window. Just like moving icons, the window moves to the new location when you release the mouse button. Just below the title bar, you see the vital statistics of this disk. It tells you how many items are on the disk, in this case, 7 items. It also shows the total amount of space taken up by these items and how much space is still available for additional items. This information applies to this specific disk. The disk has 7 icons, but the window shows only 5. Where are the others? The gray scroll bars at the right side and bottom of the window let you view hidden parts of the window. At each end of the scroll bar, there is an arrow. Click once on the arrow pointing in the direction you wish to look. Each time you click, the window moves a little to bring the icons into view. You can also scroll by clicking in the gray area of the scroll bar. This lets you move a windowful at a time. An even quicker way to scroll is to drag the scroll box. The box represents the current view of the window relative to its contents. In other words, dragging to the middle of the scroll bar shows the approximate middle of the disk window. Everything you just did vertically, you can do horizontally with the scroll bar at the bottom of the screen. You can scroll quickly or scroll slowly. scroll to the right or to the left. You control the size of the window with the size box in the bottom right corner of the window. Drag to reduce or expand the window. The top left corner of the window stays in place, and the window size changes according to the mouse movements. Release the mouse button when the outline is where you want the window to be. Now understand that the contents of the window won't change. The only thing that changes is how much of the contents you can see. Or you can use the zoom box in the top right corner of the window to control its size. Click on the box and the window expands. Click again and it's back to its previous size. The real benefit of moving, sizing, and scrolling windows becomes clear when you're working with more than one window on a desktop. Double-click on the trash icon to open its window. Trash is empty because there's nothing in it, but look at the title bar. The window with the black lines across its title bar is the active window. Only one window at a time can be active. Click anywhere in the disk window. The black lines switch to the disk window title bar, showing that it's the active window now. When you have more than one window open, you know which one is active by looking at the title bar. If you have overlapping windows on your desktop, the active window will always be on top. You can close these windows for now, either the way you already know by choosing Close from the File menu, or by clicking on the box in the top left corner of the window. This is the Close box. It's a shortcut that does exactly the same thing as the Close command. You can close each window after you've seen its contents by clicking on the Close box. When you start using various applications on your Macintosh Plus, you'll find you always work on a document through a window. It's helpful to think of windows as your view into information. The next session of your guided tour will discuss the contents of the disk window. If you want to experiment with the tools you just learned about, point to Let me use Macintosh Plus and click the mouse button. Choose Quit from the Special menu when you're ready to get back to the guided tour screen. Stop the tape recorder and start it again when you're ready for more. Ready for more of your guided tour of Macintosh Plus? To continue on the tour, put the pointer inside the box labeled Disk Window Shopping and get ready to click the mouse button. Be sure the pointer is on Disk Window Shopping. Listen for the 3 tones now and click the mouse button once as you hear the 3rd tone.
Now that you know about working with Windows, let's take a closer look at the contents of the guided tour disk. Each of the icons you see represents an object. Some objects are application programs, for example, a word processor. Other objects may be documents or drawings you've created, next year's budget forecast, or the charts you did for yesterday's meeting, or even a letter to your mom. Most likely, you'll use folders to store documents of related information in order to keep your disk organized. Select the System folder by clicking on it. Now, keeping the pointer on the selected object, press the mouse button and drag it somewhere else in the window. Select another object and drag to move that one too. You can organize the disk window in the same way you organize your desktop. You can also select more than one object at a time. Put the pointer outside the objects you want to select. Hold the mouse button down and drag. A dotted line rectangle appears on the screen, growing as the pointer moves. When you release the mouse button, you've selected all the objects within the outline. You know they're selected because they're highlighted. Now point to any of the selected objects, press, and drag. All the objects move together. To change the selection, just click on the next object you want to select. Or you can deselect everything by clicking anywhere outside the icons. The files that control how your Macintosh Plus works are in the System folder, as the name implies. Select the System folder. Choose Open from the File menu. Each of the small Macintosh Plus icons you see represents information needed by Macintosh Plus to do its jobs, like getting itself started or creating the disk window. Disks that contain these system files are called startup disks. The first disk you insert after turning on Macintosh Plus must be a startup disk. The current startup disk's icon always appears in the upper right corner of the desktop. It's the one whose system files started Macintosh Plus. Be sure to read about creating and using startup disks in Macintosh Plus, the Owner's Guide. Menus help you find more specific information about objects on the disk. First, select the object you want to know more about. Next, choose Get Info from the File menu. A new window opens, showing information about the selected object. The window shows what kind of object it is, the name of the object, and what its icon looks like. You can see when it was created and when it was last modified. Among other things which you can read about in your owner's guide, the window has a box for comments. This is where you can type your comments about this file. The pointer changes to an I-beam for inserting text, and the blinking vertical bar indicates where text that you type is inserted. Close this information window either by choosing Close from the File menu or by clicking on the window's Close box in the upper left corner. If you select several objects at once and choose Get Info again, information windows open for each of the selected objects. The window on top is always the active window. It has horizontal lines in the title bar. After you've seen the information, you can close each window by clicking on its Close box. The Utilities folder is on your System Tools disk and contains useful programs for working with your Macintosh Plus. Be sure to read the Owner's Guide to find out what these utilities can do for you. When you return to the guided tour screen, you can practice what you've just seen. Stop the tape recorder, point to Let Me Use Macintosh Plus, and click. Remember, your Macintosh Plus will throw away any documents or folders you create on this tour disk. Start the recorder again when you're ready for the next session.
I want to see what's in that utilities folder. There's nothing in this one. Okay, curiosity satisfied.
Welcome back. On Macintosh Plus, application programs help you work easily and more efficiently. To discover more about using applications, put the pointer inside the box that says, Working with an Application. Listen for the 3 familiar tones and click the mouse button once when you hear the 3rd tone. Be sure the pointer is inside, Working with an Application. You create documents on your Macintosh Plus with the help of an application. For example, MacWrite produces written documents, and MacPaint lets you create illustrations. Each application has its own distinct and easily identifiable icon. More importantly, the document it creates has a similar icon. You can create new documents on your Macintosh Plus by opening the application you want to use. Or you can open existing documents like this one, Notes. Select the document you want to work on. Choose Open from the File menu. The application you use with the document automatically starts. In this case, your Macintosh Plus is using a sample word processing application that's only on this tour disk. Take note of the menu titles at the top of the document window. Each application has its own set of menu commands. These menus and their commands are tailored to this application's specific job, word processing. Let's say you wish to add an action item to the document. The pointer is now an I-beam for working with text. Move the I-beam to where you wish to start and click to set an insertion point. A blinking vertical bar shows where text will be added. If you make a mistake, use the backspace key and retype. If you want to delete or move parts of your text, point to the beginning of that part. Hold down the mouse button and drag through the text. When it's highlighted, you know it's selected. Go to the Edit menu and choose Cut. This command removes the highlighted text from the document and temporarily stores it on the Macintosh Plus clipboard. The clipboard is a special place in the Macintosh Plus memory for holding what was last cut or copied. To see what's on the clipboard, choose Show Clipboard from the Edit menu. The material you cut or copy from a document is stored on the clipboard until you replace it with new material or turn off the computer. Close the clipboard window like any other window. To move the text to another part of your document, click to set the insertion point. Now, choose the Paste command from the Edit menu. The text you cut is now pasted in the new location. This is how you'll enter and change text in most Macintosh Plus applications. You've used commands in the File menu to open documents, get information about them, or file them away. The File menu also has a Print command. With a printer attached to your Macintosh Plus, use this command when you want a printed copy of your document. Read Macintosh Plus, the Owner's Guide, for information on how to print your documents. When you're finished working with a document or application, choose Quit from the File menu. This takes you out of the application and back to the desktop. You'll be able to save changes before Macintosh Plus closes your documents, but we won't save any changes on this guided tour disk. Upon returning to the desktop, you can do any desktop activity, like throwing away any unwanted documents or folders. Select the document or folder and drag the icon until it's on top of the trash and the trash icon is highlighted. Letter to Mom is now in the trash. Double-click on the trash icon to open it and you'll find your document there. Your Macintosh Plus empties the trash when you start an application program or eject the disk. Or you can empty the trash yourself. Choose the Empty Trash command from the Special menu and new disk space becomes available. To rescue an object from the trash, select and drag it back to where you want it. Be careful about putting objects in the trash because once the trash is empty, they're gone forever. Be especially careful not to throw away objects on your System Tools disk. This part of your tour briefly touched on some of the features of working with a word processing application. Most applications share common Macintosh Plus features, but details vary from application to application. Be sure to use the material that comes with your application for more detailed information. You can continue on to the next session of your guided tour, which begins in a few seconds, or stop the tape recorder and practice using your Macintosh Plus.
So this file application is interesting because it kind of resembles TeachText, which was the built-in text editor that came with the Macintosh system software at the time, which later evolved into SimpleText and then kind of just got replaced wholesale with TextEdit in macOS X.
Macintosh Plus helps you organize your work quickly and easily. To continue on your guided tour, move the pointer to the box labeled Organizing Your Work. When you hear the third tone, click the mouse button once.
You already know that you'll see 3 types of icons in the disk window: folders, application programs, and documents. You can think of opening the disk window as opening the drawer of a filing cabinet. Let's say you want to make a copy of your notes document and file it in a folder. Start by selecting the document. Then, choose the Duplicate command from the File menu. Macintosh Plus tells you it's making a copy of the document. The copy appears right next to the original. It's automatically selected when you create it. You can change its name by using the keyboard to type the new name. You can also move it. Macintosh Plus gives you an endless supply of folders for organizing your work. Open the File menu and choose New Folder. A folder icon named Empty Folder appears in the disk window. It's automatically selected when you create it, so now you can name it whatever you want. You might want to use a name that helps you identify its contents. And now, to put your memo in the folder. Drag the icon on top of the Add Project folder. When the folder icon is highlighted, release the mouse button. Your document is now filed in that folder. To check this, select the folder icon and open it. You've seen that folders can hold documents. Well, folders can also contain other folders. Choose New Folder again from the File menu. Rename the new empty folder Business Plan. Now, select the first folder, Add Project, and drag to put it in the Business Plan folder. In the last session, you saw how an application automatically starts by opening an existing document. Well, there are other ways to launch an application. Select it, and choose Open from the File menu, or double-click on the application icon. This opens a new document for that application. As in the last session, a small word processor shows how your Macintosh Plus works with application programs. A blank untitled document opens on the screen, ready for you to start your work. Close this document for now by clicking on the Close box. But before leaving this application, let's say you'd like to check your memo again. You'll still be in the same word processing application, so you can open another document. Choose Open from the File menu to see a directory of documents and folders on the disk. It's the same directory you saw in the disk window, only in a different form. The name of the disk, Guided Tour, is above the directory of its contents. The first item in any directory is always highlighted to show that it's selected. To open the Business Plan folder, first, click to select it. Then, click Open in the dialog box window. The directory changes to show the contents of the Business Plan folder. The name of the current disk still appears to the right. With Add Project selected, click Open again. At each level, you see the contents of the directory named at the top of the list. This directory shows the memo document in the Add Project folder. We move down through the levels of a folder within a folder recreated on the desktop. To check this, press and hold the mouse button on the current directory name. The pull-down menu shows you the path we followed from the disk directory to the currently open folder. You can drag to any name in the list to open it and see its contents. The top level is the disk directory, which corresponds to what you see in the disk window. As you may have guessed, there's a shortcut for opening a document or a folder. Double-click on the document name to open your memo. When you quit an application, Macintosh Plus takes you back to the desktop at the place where you last opened a document. You can start another application or do any desktop activity. Explore the software sampler that comes with your Macintosh Plus for a closer look at what application programs can do for you. By using features covered here in the Owner's Guide and in the Software Sampler, you'll soon manage and organize applications and documents on your Macintosh Plus like a pro. Well, you've come to the end of this part of your guided tour of Macintosh Plus. Turn off the tape recorder and practice by clicking on Let Me Use Macintosh Plus, or leave the tape recorder on. The next session begins in a minute.
So one thing that's really not demonstratable in the guided tour context, because they can't necessarily assume that you have the ability to do this, is this drive button. Because you could plug in an external floppy drive to your Macintosh, and if you had a floppy disk in that drive, then this drive button would be enabled, and then it would flip back and forth between the disk in the internal drive and the disk in the external drive.
Ready for something a little different on your tour? The last part of the guided tour introduces you to the Macintosh Plus desk accessories in the Apple menu. Everything you need for this part of the tour appears on your Macintosh Plus screen. You do not need the tape recorder, so sit back, relax, and get ready for a change of pace. When you're ready to see the desk accessories that come with your Macintosh Plus, turn off the tape recorder and click on the box that says Desk Accessories. Oh, and enjoy the show.
This is still on autopilot. Macintosh Plus comes with built-in conveniences called desk accessories. The desk accessories are available to you in the Apple menu. Use them at any time during your work. Chooser, when you want to print, the chooser shows you the printers that might be attached to your Macintosh Plus. Image Writer with Apple Talk, Image Writer, Laser Writer. The chooser also lets you select the port your printer is attached to, printer port, modem port. Those were the two serial ports that both the Macintosh and the Macintosh Plus had. For more information on the chooser desk accessory, please read Macintosh Plus, the Owner's Guide. Alarm clock. To find out what time it is, or to set the alarm, choose Alarm Clock from the Apple menu. A battery in your computer keeps the clock ticking even when the power's off. It is not actually a AA battery. To see more, click the lever. You can drag to put your desk accessories anywhere on your desktop. To change the time, click on the clock. This moves the time into this box where you can change it. Click the hour. Every time you click the up arrow, the clock advances 1 hour. You can do the same with minutes and seconds. You can set the date and alarm the same way. Click the switch to set the alarm or turn it off. When the alarm goes off, you hear a beep and the apple in the menu bar blinks. Would you like to try out the alarm clock yourself? Click Alarm Clock. When you're ready to see more desk accessories, click Continue. And you can actually type into the fields. Calculator. Need to get a quick total without leaving the job you're working on? Choose Calculator. It works like any 4-function pocket calculator. Drag to put your calculator wherever you want it on your desktop. Click the buttons or use the keyboard. The panel at the top of the calculator shows the results. Would you like to try out the calculator yourself? Click Calculator. When you're ready to see more desk accessories, click Continue. And here too, the reason why this didn't use like the multiplication sign and the division sign is because the Macintosh Plus in particular was the first Macintosh model to come with a numeric keypad on its keyboard. So, I could say 6 times 9, and you could do that on the main keyboard or on the keypad, and each real physical key on your keyboard corresponded to the buttons. And this was actually a little bit of a mismatch in the first few versions of the system software. The first few versions of Calculator didn't actually match the layout that the real keyboard had. So it was a few releases later they actually corrected the Calculator to match the keypad. Your Macintosh Plus keyboard produces special characters. To see what they look like, choose keycaps. Hold down the Shift key and you see uppercase characters. Hold down the Option key to see another set of characters. Use the keyboard to type these characters during your work. Watch the characters appear in the display panel when you type. Choose a font to see each of its characters in keycaps. Keycaps is a handy reference to use while you're working. Would you like to try out keycaps yourself? Click Keycaps. When you're ready to see more desk accessories, click Continue. I know, so we don't actually get the font menu in this demo version of keycaps. One thing I'll highlight is these 4 buttons or 4 keys at the lower right, these were the arrow keys, which were also brand new on the Macintosh Plus. So those are the left and right arrows, and up and down, which in this case go to the start and end of the line. Here's the keypad that I mentioned. I can't pull down the calculator to show you. I notice we've got the international version of the layout for the return key. So that's keycaps. Need a place to store frequently used text and pictures? Choose Scrapbook. The Scrapbook lets you save pictures and text where you can find them easily and conveniently. Use the scroll bar to look through the Scrapbook. Use the copy and paste commands in the Edit menu to move Scrapbook information into your documents. Paste your selection into a word processing document. Would you like to try out Scrapbook yourself? Click Scrapbook. When you're ready to see more desk accessories, click Continue. I don't think it's going to give me the... Yeah, I don't have any menu commands, and there's no word processor to play with. You can customize your Macintosh Plus for the way you work. Choose Control Panel. The Control Panel lets you adjust the volume of the Macintosh Plus internal speaker, whether keys repeat when pressed, how quickly the repeating begins, the speed of the repeat. The blinking speed of the insertion point, how the Macintosh Plus responds to the speed of your double click, the appearance of your desktop, how the pattern looks on the desktop, and the enlarged view. Click on the white bar and new patterns appear in the boxes. See a pattern you like, click in the box. Would you like to try out Control Panel yourself? Click Control Panel. When you're ready to proceed, click Continue. They didn't really explain the Apple Talk and mouse tracking options. So this was before Ethernet, right? And before Wi-Fi. So there was a family of accessories called Local Talk that you could plug into the serial ports, either the printer port or the modem port. And Apple Talk was the protocol that would speak over that hardware. That was how you did networking on a Mac for years before Ethernet came along and really got standardized. And RAM cache, which they also didn't explain, and mouse tracking. Because a tablet is basically a mouse to a computer. Desk accessories are always available to you in the Apple menu. When you are ready to proceed, click Continue and turn on your tape recorder.
Welcome back. You've seen the standard Macintosh Plus desk accessories. More desk accessories are available to you on the System Tools disc. You'll use an application called Font DA Mover to move fonts and desk accessories on and off of your startup disks. Macintosh Plus, the owner's guide, tells all about this application and how to use it. You can go through the desk accessories as many times as you wish by clicking on Desk Accessories, or click on Let Me Use Macintosh Plus to explore on your own. Now, you've come to the end of the guided tour of Macintosh Plus. If you'd like to repeat any part of the tour, rewind the tape to the appropriate tones and proceed as before. Or if you'd like to repeat the tour from the beginning, turn the tape over. The guided tour of Macintosh Plus is repeated on the other side of this tape. This tour has touched on some of the important features of using your Macintosh Plus. Read about these features and others in Macintosh Plus, the Owner's Guide. We hope this brief introduction helps to make your Macintosh Plus a comfortable and productive part of your world. To eject the guided tour disc, click on the box that says, I'm ready to stop.
Thank you all for watching.